This is Neca Space 2 Isaac Clarke, the CEC engineer, is back. This time he is in a suit that is mainly designed for combat, where in the first one it designed just to protect the person inside. And just one thing I want to mention about the packaging: lovely graphic, very cool. Just the image on the front. I mean, this thing I do not like. You know, it is so high up that it's cover about half of the front window, so that's something I don't like. But the graphic on the side is really beautiful. Here's the instructions to tell you to change the battery, and this is the back. Lovely figure there. Even though the gun doesn't light up as in here. I think they photoshopped that or something. But it's very nice. And here we have the two figure of the Dead Space 2. This is Isaac Clarke, and this is the Necromorph Slasher. If you love zombie, if you love the entire game, you should go out and get this figure as well. And on the packaging of the slasher, the point of view is switched. So the zombie is the back of the zombie is facing you, and you see Isaac Clarke right here. So that's kind of a really cool different point of view. And just I want to tell you a little bit about the suit. And you don't even have to be an expert of the game to even know about the suit. I mean, I myself haven't played the first game or the second game, but a little research really helped, and I find out what this thing is. I mean, from the look of it, if you're not a fan of the game, you didn't know anything about the game, this is probably the biggest turn off in the history of suit design. And I mean, it just comes out of the torso like that. But I learned that this serves a function, and this is the holographic projection. I mean, as in the game, you could see a screen in front of the character that gives him the access to the inventory and his objectives. So that is that. And the beautiful thing about the mask, I mean, it's not just that he puts on the mask. This one, I mean, it unfolds and folds onto his head just like the Mark V armor. So that's really cool. You will see it in the game. I mean, the way it unfolds to reveal the face of Isaac Clarke, that is really beautiful. I like that. And one more, he has the chest boost. This one is to help him navigate in zero gravity. He floating around. He needs some sort of something to help him move around. I think you recognize already. You can see a lot of bloody detail on his suit, on the guard, on his legs, as well on his boots. You know that there will be a lot of blood on his boots, because in the game he stormed the character. I mean the enemy. He stormed them to, I guess, completely kill them. And this thing in the back here is removable. And if you want to change battery, you had to remove this thing, because this thing is on top of the battery cover. So if you want to change battery, you have to remove this, open the cover to remove battery, and inside you can see the LED as well. So, and you can put it back, and the switch is actually right here. This thing is rubbery plastic, and this is this bar, when it's light up like that, this bar displays his health and his stasis level. So I guess the lower the lower health that he has. And let me turn off my light here. And I guess you can see it. It's not so bad, but I'm just too lazy to go all the way over there to turn off my light. But I think you can see it, and it's actually very bright. And from some of the review on this figure, I know that the light on this one is actually brighter than the one from the first game, so that's actually cool. So let me put my light back on. And this accessory is the plasma cutter. You can there's a swivel joint there. You can have it vertically or horizontally, like that, like in the game. That's cool. And it actually has some very nice details. There's some gray wash on the gun. Really very awesome. Just a bunch of details there. And on his glove, you can see the blood as well, all the way to his forearm, and not on his torso. I don't see any right now. And yeah, that's that. And for articulation, his head, there is a well, not a ball jointed head, but the head can swivel all the way around, can tilt a little bit from side to side. Not it doesn't go up and down that much either because of the light feature. And for the shoulder, he has a ball joint. There's a ball joint in the elbow, ball joint at the wrist, and no joint in the torso because of the of the light feature. There's a swivel waist. He has the DC Universe Classics hip joint, a swivel at the thigh. There's a ball joint at the knee and ball socket joint at the ankle. So basically, this guy has Star Wars type of articulation where there's a ball joint like this and not a double hinge. So not well, the most disappointed thing about the articulation is the elbow. I mean, that is all. I mean, with his shoulder joint, he cannot go. Well, they cannot go in any further, and his elbow joint, that is how far it can bend. So when you want to make him hold the gun with both hands, it's impossible. So that is one downside about the articulation of this guy. And the light feature, you can still see that. And this is the back. Okay. So let me tell you this: if you are not a fan of Dead Space 2, or if you're not a fan of Neca, this is probably the figure that you don't want. It's just another figure that you have to spend more money. But if you're a fan of Dead Space 2, this is a figure certainly worth picking up. I mean, definitely look great. You can see a whole bunch of detail on the suit, and these pieces they just glue it onto the suit. But anyway, this is an awesome looking figure. I am actually very pleased, despite the limited articulation there. But this is a great looking figure. If you love playing the game, you would love having this guy as an action figure to on your shelf to display, and you would love to you would love to play this guy while you're playing the game. Go back and see the detail of the action figure. So I would highly recommend it. You can find this figure at Toys R Us and expect to pay about $15 for this guy, and probably more at your local comic shop. But I highly recommend it just for the fan of the game, or you're a fan of Neca. This is you certainly get what your money was with this figure. And thanks for watching.